everyone. It is a beautiful evening out, so I thought, why not enjoy a little sun, enjoy the outdoors in our backyard on our farm, and share our lesson today with you out here. So today we are going to be talking about Bible. This is lesson 105, so you will need this page. Follow along as I am reading our story. It is titled Jesus, Our Savior and King. We are going to be starting to talk about Jesus' crucifixion, his death, and his resurrection. And as you know, it is Easter season, or as I'm sure you are probably aware. And obviously this year looks a whole lot different than maybe in years past or what you're normally used to for Easter. I know it is for me too. You might do Easter egg hunts, go to a special Easter service at church, and unfortunately that's just looking a whole lot different this year. But as I was thinking about that, I was thinking, back in Bible times when Jesus was alive, the Jewish people, the people that followed him and trusted in him, they expected Jesus to be one way, and he came with a whole different agenda, a whole different expectation, and it was very different than what they expected or what they thought it would be. And that rings true for us in this time right now during this coronavirus, that Easter is going to look a whole lot different than what we expected, what we thought it would be. So just keep that in mind. This surprise and shock and unknown of the future is a lot like how the Jewish people thought and felt during this time when Jesus was first arrested, when he was beaten and put on a cross to die. When he died, people were in shock. People were scared. They didn't know what to think. So how you're feeling right now, keep that in mind as we read through these next stories and these next lessons. All right, let's get started. Today we are talking about the not so fun topic of Jesus, our Savior and King, at the cross. All right. Crowds mobbed the streets of Jerusalem. Some people shouted, but others just stared as Roman soldiers led Jesus through the crowd to people toward the gate of the city. Jesus carried a heavy wooden cross, but he was weak and bleeding from having been beaten by the Roman guards. And one of the guards ordered a bystander named Simon to carry the cross for him. Once they were outside the city, the soldiers, Simon, and the crowd of people came to a hill called Golgotha. The soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the cross and stood the cross up in an upright position so that all could see Jesus. The guards even put a sign above Jesus' head that said in 3 languages, "This is Jesus, the King of the Jews." Now, this wasn't a praise or something proclaiming that he was the King of the Jews. This was meant to be teasing, to be bullying, to be mocking him. It wasn't a good sign. Then the guards sat down and gambled for Jesus' clothes. As Jesus hung on the cross, he prayed, "Father, forgive them, because they know not what they are doing." So even as Jesus is dying on the cross, he is still thinking of others. He is still saying, "God, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing." He still is loving even the people torturing and killing him. The soldiers had mocked and hurt Jesus. They offered him wine mixed with myrrh, but Jesus did not drink it. 2 robbers were crucified with Jesus, one on his left and one on the other on his right. The soldiers taunted him, "If you're the King of the Jews, then save yourself." One of the robbers said to Jesus, "If you really are the Christ, save yourself and save us." But the other robber said to the first, "Don't you fear God?" Meaning respect. Respect God. "We deserve to be punished, but this man," meaning Jesus, "hasn't done anything wrong." Then he said to Jesus, "Lord, remember me when you enter into your kingdom." Jesus promised him, "Today you will be with me in paradise." Several men and women who loved Jesus stood near the cross and cried as they watched him suffer. One of them was Jesus' mother, Mary. Another was John, one of Jesus' closest friends. Jesus was more concerned for their suffering than his own. Woman, Jesus said to Mary, behold your son. And he was pointing to John. Then he said to John, behold your mother. And that meant Jesus was saying to both of them, I want you two to take care of each other, because this is going to be hard. What's about to happen next, it's going to be scary, and you two can take care of each other. All right, now we have a couple questions, so just be thinking about these as I'm asking. Who was crucified with Jesus? Who were the two people next to Jesus that were also on crosses? It was two robbers, right? People that had sinned, had done things that were wrong, that the Roman guards and government decided that it was bad enough for them to be put to death. Did Jesus deserve to die on the cross? Had he sinned? Had he done anything wrong? Absolutely not. He did not. But why did Jesus die? What was the point of him dying? Yes, it was because he wanted to give us life. He wanted to give all those their life. He wanted us to be able to have that relationship with God. And that first took sacrifice. It took a perfect sin offering, Jesus Christ, who had never sinned before, to take our place, to take our sin and suffer for that, die for that, and then rise again so that we could have a relationship with God. Did Jesus die willingly? Meaning, did he refuse and throw a fit and pout when he was being put on the cross? Or did he go willingly, knowing that, yes, it would be awful, it would be painful, it would not be fun, but it was necessary? Yes. All right. So, now think about the two robbers. One on one side said, God, if you are God, save yourself and save us. What about that robber's heart? Did he have a heart that was softened towards God, that was respectful, that feared God? No, he didn't. But the other robber, did he have a heart that really truly knew who this Jesus man was? Yeah, he knew that he could save him, but he didn't expect it. But what he did say was, remember me when you get to heaven, meaning paradise is the way it's said in here. But Jesus said, yes, surely I will remember you, because of his heart. Remember, it's all about our hearts. It's all about us accepting Jesus as our Savior. It is all about believing and receiving the free gift that is offered to us. It's all about our hearts. All right. Now, that was this page. I hope you were following along. I know this isn't a fun picture, but turn it over. So page 154, take a look at that. At the top, you have a bunch of different pictures. One is labeled the crowd, Roman soldiers, Mary, the mother of Jesus, the thief who asked Jesus to remember him, and Jesus. It says here, many people gathered at the cross. Match these people with the sentences below by putting each letter beside the correct sentence. So then you have 1 through 5 different options. You will put the letter next to which person said or did those certain things. All right. Remember again that this is a time where an Easter season, or even a time of spring break, or a time where we are absent from school that was not expected. We're all still kind of in shock. We're all still wondering how long this is going to take place. There's a little bit of fear and worry, and that's okay. But remember, God is always in control, and Jesus oftentimes does the unexpected. and it's for our good, and it turns out better than we could even imagine. So this is a time for all of us just to love on our families, to be together, and to continue praying for each other, continue praying for those that haven't received this free gift yet of Jesus that he is offering to us, so that we too can be in paradise with him. I love you guys, and I hope you're having a wonderful time with your family. Stay safe, and I will hopefully see you all soon. All right, till next time.